happening, guys? Beautiful day out here today, loving it. I decided to make this video while I'm walking to go get my friend's mail because the lighting in that room I was using sucks. So my friend's out of town, so I gotta go walk down the street to get his mail. So why not do the video now? So this video I wanted to talk about, just to let you guys know, this is just my personal opinion, okay? So, you know, if you guys don't agree, that's cool, but just let me know still. I like to hear what you guys think. So, what people seem to stress on the most when they're asking me questions or they just want to get to a certain goal is their workout routine. And I'm not going to, talk about how I think diet is, number one again, because I think you guys know that by now. But if you don't, diet is number one. But people seem to stress too much on the wrong things, I think. And here's what I mean, is a lot of people are like, okay, I need to get a solid program down that's, all written out by somebody else and that works for them, and I want to follow their program because I want to get to where they're at, which makes sense. That's what I did when I was younger, when I was in high school and I started working out, is I pretty much just would look up these professional bodybuilders' routines, and I'd want to follow them exact, because it's like, well, they know what I'm talking about, or they know what they're talking about, and I don't. So, and I want to look like them, so I'm going to do their routine, and hence I will get as big as them. Well, obviously, I learned later on that, they're all on the juice anyway, and you can't really compare naturally to them, but the reason why I want to mainly talk about this and why I think it's kind of the wrong way to go about it is not so much that, but it's that the way I approach the gym is, I want to, first of all, know how to do the exercises right, practice good form, and hit, do as many compound movements as I can, just the powerful movements, and I'm a big fan of the bench press. I'm a big fan of squats and deadlifts and those type of things. Anything compound, I think, is always better than isolation, although I still do isolations at the end. But I think people kind of are making this too complicated, making it a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Because, so there's the 5-5-5 routine. There's the blood and guts, and there's so many out there, and the number one thing that people usually ask me is which one do you suggest? Well, I don't personally follow any of them, and it's not because none of them are good, but I kind of just go to the gym and just kind of do what works for me, and I stick to solid basic movements. And there's no mail. Oh well, I got to do the video at least. So I think it just makes it overcomplicated. But the one thing is, if following those routines is the way that it's going to get you into the gym and it's going to get you motivated, then go for it. Don't even listen to me. That's whatever is going to get you in there first and foremost. Just as long as it's a solid routine, it's not telling you to do any, crazy shit that could possibly hurt you, then go for it. But I think just don't realize that's following that routine alone is not what is going to ultimately get you results, okay? It will. You need to, go and break down the muscle tissue, in my opinion, work in different rep ranges, and, work hard in the gym, bring the intensity. But I really think that it's as simple as doing compound movements, learning to do them right, first of all. I'm training a few of my friends right now in the gym, and we're not even barely putting on any weight because they're just starting out, and I want them to get the form right, because that ultimately is going to be the building blocks for, it's going to benefit them in the long run. They're not going to injure themselves, and honestly, when you do a workout with better form, you're also usually breaking down the muscle tissue better too. You're keeping the stress on the muscles, not on your joints, and things like that. So I say, this is my opinion, just keep it simple. If you're stressing out over if I should do this routine, or like I said, the 5x5 blood and guts, those are the only two that are coming to my head right now. I really don't look into those a whole lot, but I get tons of questions on them. So I'm going to look into them so I can answer them intelligently, but stick to the compound movements. It's really not rocket science at all as far as the routine goes. It's so much easier than some people make it out to be. Now, it's not easy to go in there, bring the intensity day in and day out. That's the hard part, you know. You gotta, that takes motivation. But as far as the formula to build muscle, it's really not that hard. It isn't. The hardest part to me actually is the diet. But once you get that down, that's not really that hard either. The only, you know, occasional problems I have are just the hunger pangs and people eating in front of me foods that I want to be eating, but I'm not. But, you know, I have that ultimate goal in mind. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, so that keeps me motivated. But let me know what you guys think about this. This kind of ran on a little too long, I apologize. But let me know your thoughts, and I will look into those workouts, so when you guys ask about them, I'll know more about them, and I can say whether I recommend them or not. But keep it simple, because in the long run, you know, it's going to take stress off you, and the less stress you have on that kind of stuff, and the more good stress you can, you know, use that energy in the gym, and it'll benefit you in so many ways. So peace out, guys. See you next time.